Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the Stoppage Time Penalty Show with myself, the best grassroots centre back. Honestly, Barry, I am seriously. I am the best grassroots centre back.
You're the second best content guy for.
Yeah, okay. So I'm the second best content creator.
You've had that awarded, so that's fair enough.
Hey. But guys, thank you for tuning in. And again, if you kind of love grassroots football, if you love banter, if you love controversial conversations, this is the platform and this is the YouTube channel to subscribe to. Barry from Ultimate Sports Network, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing well.
Good stuff. Could you briefly talk to the people out there in terms of your platform and literally what it does?
Yeah, okay. My platform is for anyone involved in football, be they grassroots, amateur, vets, professionals. We try and put everyone together in certain groups. So I've got a group that's for professionals, guys in football. I've also got one for amateurs, which Tabrice is in. So basically, the idea is that we split the groups up to managers and coaches, scouts, chairmen, players, etc., and they can all network, share ideas and best practice with each other. Hopefully, some people will get jobs out of it, which they have. I know a couple of scouts have got jobs with big clubs through the network. I know players that have got signed through the network, and Tabrice himself will know people that have got jobs through the network. So it's not just about networking and talking, it's also about helping each other, helping people get on in life if they can through the network.
Yeah, brilliant. And again, if anyone wants to join that network, I have a DM Barry. You're on Twitter. And what's your Twitter handle? I've
got one, Ulti Sports Net, which is the sports one, but the football one, the Ultimate Football Network, is at Ulti Footnet.
And if that's a bit of a mouthful, you can always DM me. Hey,
yeah. or look us up on LinkedIn or on LinkedIn.
Oh, just look, yeah, exactly. Just hey, like everyone is out there. So anyway, again, thank you for everyone that's tuning in. Let me kind of tell you exactly who is coming on. So again, my name is Tabrice. Thank you, and again, welcome to the Stoppage Time Penalty Show. So on today's show, we have Dave, and he is going to talk about the benefits of literally joining an elite football networking business or team. And then we have Robert. Robert is an inventor, and one of his, let's say, products is it's the kind of change of concept regarding shinpads. So he's going to be on, and he's going to be talking about why his shinpads actually stop a lot of the unnecessary injuries. We may have time to talk about Steven Gerard and if it's like the right move for him. Of course, this is going to be kind of going on for a few days, but again, I'd love to get people on the panel to actually talk about that. And then at the end, 9 o'clock, we have the Vets football show. It's going to be very, very interesting. I think there's been a lot of things being said on social media, again, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what people make of everything that's going on. Sorry,
where did you get Dave's picture from? Did he give you that?
Yes, he did.
Oh, I bet he did. Wait till they see him on the show, because he don't look like
that. Thank you for your feedback. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, you know what? And that's a great little segue into our first guest, David Juno. Hopefully, I've got your surname right. David, how you doing, sir?
Hey, yeah, I'm very good. How you doing?
There he is.
There he is. Oh, look at the hair.
There's a story behind the hair. So I've my daughter's, it was their birthday in October, and I do a thing every year where they can give dad a forfeit. And a year ago, I had to wear makeup. Well, funny enough, this year it was to shave Dad's hair off, which was done about 4 weeks ago. So it's currently growing back.
That's what's happened to me as well.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
yours was done about 20 years ago, Barry.
Dave, that's not nice, is it, Barry?
Oh, Barry, I was talking about the other Barry, Faust. I know your name was Barry as well. Sorry, buddy.
We have two Barrys. Apologies about that. So this segment, as I've kind of said before, and hello Barry as well, Barry from Independent.
That's not Dave.
Dave,
not
Dave
Dave.
is going to be talking about the elite football network that he founded. And again, you know what, Dave, over to you. I mean, what is it that you do, and literally, what is it that you do to kind of help people in and around the football community?
Yeah, well, it was quite interesting actually, because I got involved in a club called Gillingham Town that kind of started to go semi-pro just before lockdown. And as you know, it costs a lot of money to run sports clubs, amateur, semi-pro, and whatever. Now, obviously, lockdown happened and a season was abolished. So people that had paid for sponsorship didn't really get what they'd paid for that year. And then the second season that started, you were not allowed any people to come and watch the games. So, and businesses have been in lockdown and not earning as much money. So who was going to actually bring any money or sponsorship into our club? So it was a really difficult thing. So what I decided to do, because Zoom was being used by a lot of people regularly, I decided that if we got the local community, and Sittingbourne in Kent is where we're based, if we got the local businesses in the local community to pay a yearly membership fee, so rather than just sponsoring the club, we would host networking events on Zoom. We had two networking events at the ground outside on the pitch between lockdown 1 and 2. Some social media posted, and basically create a business network between the local businesses so that they could do business with each other, learn about each other, general networking, but it also helps fund your local sports club that does a lot of work in the community. So that was probably about May, June time in 2020. Now the network was so successful, it provided enough money for Gillingham Town to run for a year within a month. So one of our networking events, ironically, we had a few people turn up. There's a lady called Caroline McRoyal, who was the former chief executive of Surrey Football Association and a director at Tooting and Mitcham, and a few others turned up, and they basically asked if we could launch this idea of networking for any football club in the UK, which ironically we now fund any sports club in the UK. So we launched the Sports Business Club on the 1st of September. Businesses that join, we pass 20% of all of our income onto grassroots sports clubs. 5% of our yearly turnover is sent out to mental health and safeguarding charities and projects within sport. And we've now managed to build a network of businesses in triple figures that, our biggest client is £1 billion worldwide company Puma. And all these people get to network and meet their local sports clubs and also get to meet each other all over the UK and do business. And that's how, funny enough, I met Barry, which is how, funny enough, I met Therese and everybody else. And it literally, any sports club can come to us and we'll build a business network around them and provide funding for them.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. And let me start off with a quick question. I mean, what's your plan, I'd say, from 2022 to 2023?
So, to be honest with you, it's been a whirlwind, because when we set the network up in the first place, we had no idea where it was going to go. We had no idea that people wanted us to launch it nationally and help other sports clubs. So we really hadn't, it was mainly just about getting the system set up and launching it. Now, ironically, because of the funding we've provided and the work that we've done, which is, in 5 figures in our first 12 months, we've got a lot of ambassadors. So we have 51 current and ex-sporting professional ambassadors, including 22 ex-Premier League players. So our next year, what we're now looking at doing is actually building a network of strengthening and conditioning coaches, sports coaches, physios, and basically doing a lot of charity events that provide money into a fund so that sports clubs, if they need some help with things like physiotherapy or other bits and pieces, they can actually come to us and apply for funding. So we can actually provide, number one, services of qualified professional people in sport and fund between 20 to 25% of the bill for the sports club, so it's cheaper for them to actually get those services as well.
Amazing. Coach Barry, thank you for tuning in. I'm not tuning in, actually coming on.
Evening, Bruce. Good evening.
And I would love to get your thoughts and a question to David.
No, it's brilliant. The problem, what I see with David now, I said, Dave, it's excellent what you're doing, brilliant, great enterprise. Are you run as a business, or are you run as a charity or a volunteer organisation? And when you've grown so quickly, how do you cover all the bases, all the administration? Because that must be a goddamn headache from going from local to national overnight. So I don't know how you're coping with that. I don't know how you got here on your head, mate.
Well, you know, funny enough, as Barry, the other Barry's known me for a while, and he knows that I've literally lost 3/4 of my hair on my head in the last. So you know, I thought I'd fit in with all you three. You know, coming in. It's quite interesting, Barry, because the club captain of Gillingham Town, Alex Bernardes, he's actually Denilson's agent, and Denilson and Eduardo from Arsenal actually are shareholders within the company, ironically, which is quite interesting for us. And a few of the other businesses that got involved in the first place have actually become co-directors. So there's actually 5 directors of the business club now. Okay. So one of them, Jenny Lowe, she manages kind of like the administration and the payouts to the clubs and charities. I've got a gentleman called Paul Wren, who's a very experienced networker that runs our online networking.
So Dave, sorry, are you still non-for-profit or?
No, we're actually a limited company. Okay. We made the choice, and we're proud of it. We made the choice because what we didn't want to do, because we've actually given a few people some jobs that you know, we didn't want to limit our drive, because the more we earn, bearing in mind 25% of all of our turnover goes at the clubs and charities, the more we bring in, the more we earn, the more we fund. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, amazing.
But how do you cope with the day-to-day money now? You said you started from one club to national now. So that administration, the working, the dynamics has completely changed. How are you coping with that?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, overnight you don't go from one club to 300. You know, we've actually funded. We've given funding to over 70 sports clubs so far in the first 12 months. Yeah. Now, some of them, a business joins and just says, "I want to pass on 20% of my membership to my daughter's football team," and we send it to them, and the club doesn't necessarily want to engage. They have the money, but they don't want to engage, and that's fine. You know, but obviously the clubs that do engage. We talk to them about obviously hosting network meetings at their facility and other bits and pieces, but 90% of the business is done online. We've got a website that works like a social media platform. We do Zoom network meetings online. So actually 90% of what we do is online, and it's actually fairly easy to run, believe it or
not. Okay. Yeah.
Barry from Ultimate Sports Network.
What's your question?
Barry,
all I was going to ask is, can you explain to everyone about how Gillingham Town was set up?
Yeah, so Gillingham Town is quite important to me, and Tabriz and I will do another chat on this another day about my journey, which was quite interesting. But basically, Gillingham Town was set up by a gentleman called Paul Pickford in an alcoholic rehab unit. He was an alcoholic, and he was in a hospice. Afterwards, and a lot of people just wouldn't talk to each other. So what he did is he got a football and just said to all these people, "Let's go and play football." And then next thing you know, you set a team up called Gillingham Town. Now, I truly believe certain things happen for a reason. And there was a gentleman who's now the captain, Alex Bernardes, that was a pro player in Belgium. He came to England, where his family was, and ended up in Medway, and ended up meeting Paul and then getting involved in the club. He then brought in, because obviously he's Denilson's agent and friends with Eduardo, he then started to bring a lot of young Brazilians in from all over southeastern Kent if they were released from, pro clubs. I'll give you an idea. Last year we had Gilberto Silva's son playing up front for us. In Sittingbourne, Gilberto Silva's son was playing up front for a club in a Kent league, not getting paid any money. I think he scored something like 24 goals in about 17 games. Then lockdown happened and he went back to Brazil and he's never come back. But the interesting part of it is that it was all about helping the local community with respects to mental health and addiction and other bits and pieces. And now what we're doing is we're giving, our whole ethos is to give a complete platform for anybody, no matter what your background, no matter what your ethnicity, sorry, and literally, you know, a community club. And that's how Gillingham Town was, you know, the story for that, Barry.
How important is it for say chair-like people, referees, football content creators, anyone within football to literally join a football network?
Right, so there's two networks within the Sports Business Club. The initial network and the first network is just a business network. So businesses can meet business. You know, so a solicitor can meet, you know, a mortgage advisor or whatever it might be. But obviously that money, and 20% of all that money that comes in goes to sports clubs and 5% to the mental health stuff. But obviously with the more clubs we got involved and the more pros we've got involved, we've now created that football network, which is different to Barry's network, the Ultimate Football Network, which is fantastic. But what it is, and it gives, and you know this, Tabrice, it gives people that want to get a message out there, people that want to bring more people to grassroots sports clubs and to raise awareness of grassroots sports clubs. It gives a platform for you to meet people in sport professionally, semi-professionally, and actually allows people to collaborate and work together and create things that can actually, you know, help so many people in clubs out there and get into, you know, the pathway where they want to go.
Yeah, so true, so true. Barry G, love to get your question, your next question.
He's on mute.
Oh, it's on mute. Sorry.
Can you hear me, Dave?
Yeah, back.
All good.
How did you get into like the networking and stuff like that? What is your background in that side of it, the social media?
So my background, I'm an estate agent by trade. 19 years of an estate agent, you see.
Okay, yeah.
And obviously, when lockdown happened, you can't go around people's houses, can you? You know. So I'm sitting at home, not really doing too much, and obviously trying to bring or think of ways to bring money into our club.
Yeah.
And you know, I just kind of, you know, I know about network work, and I know that businesses like to meet other businesses and do business with each other. So in a way, if I'm honest with you, my mind and my brain is just, I have ADHD, so I'm terrible at stuff like admin, but I'm quite good at creating bits and pieces. So all I thought was, you know, businesses do like supporting their local clubs, but if they can get something back and actually make more money back than what they're actually putting in, they'll love it. And that was it, really.
And what is the criteria for teams to join and apply for your networking? What sort of criteria?
There's zero criteria for teams because, let's be blunt, if you've got a network that funds sports clubs, it's terrible to actually think about charging sports clubs to join, you know? What we ideally want and what we ideally like is if a sports club has like a clubhouse or a bar or something, then they come to us, and what we do is we host monthly or bi-monthly network meetings at their venue. We invite businesses along as guests to come and meet the club and come and meet each other. And then any of those businesses that decide to join the network following that meeting, we pass 20% of all the money that we bring in from those businesses back to those clubs.
Okay, it's very straightforward. Okay.
Such a simple process.
Yeah.
Yeah, and literally I kind of went to my first one. It was a few months ago now. It was at Tuna Mitcham. And that's the first time I met you, Dave. And yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. It was kind of good to kind of meet like-minded people that were kind of in like football or literally around football. And again, there's kind of different areas from of course agents to business owners that can have academies. It's literally like a whole spectrum. And,
what did you think of your first meeting, Tabrice? What do you think? What do you think of the synergy and the dynamic there, and what people were trying? You know, how they felt about it.
No, I mean, again, I like spoke to, I believe it was Jackie from the Tuna Mitcham, and again, very very open, very very like friendly. Like no one's there to actually push any sales or products, or it's kind of not like that like type of network. It's kind of literally to like share ideas, to like share like knowledge, I literally knew a few people that were there as well, so literally that kind of made me a lot more calmer in terms of kind of going in and actually, talking to people. But no, it's kind of something that I would definitely recommend to anyone, no matter how small you are, or if you're kind of interested in football. I'm a
to breathe. You haven't mentioned it to me, mate. You recommended it to me. Barry, I think Barry. Barry, is that Jen? Is that with Jen?
Jen, yes.
Huh?
Yeah, me, yes.
Yeah, Baz, not to breathe. You have.
Wait, hold on. No, hold on. Hold on. Coach Barry, I did text you. I'm sure I said, take Barry's call. I'm sure I text you and said, take Barry's call. It's very important. That's literally what I said to you.
I'm telling you now, Barry Faust from the Ultimate Sports Network. Trust me, what he does is absolutely fantastic, and it's such a great network, and it complements what we do so much as well. So it's absolutely fantastic. But you're right. I mean, Sabrice should be sitting there telling everyone, look, come and join us. He's got a platform, but I think what he's done is if he'd done it too much, I know what Sabrice is like. If I came on, I'd have nothing to say because he'd have done it all for me. So he just left the platform for me. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Nelson, that's bang out of order. No, I am not big time at all. There's that's bang out of order, Nelson. Bang out of order. But no,
I can see what Nelson said. Yeah, I appreciate it. Baz, thank you, Baz. Great tip off there from Baz for you.
Oh, dear. So regarding football games, charity games. So there was supposed to be a charity game a couple of weeks ago, like a few weeks ago. It was Charlton. Yeah. It was Charlton Legends.
Yeah.
That got cancelled because of the weather. Do you know when the next game is going to be? And what's the?
I have an idea. So basically, the Charlton Legends game was very much so based around an ex-pro called Paul Linger that unfortunately passed away through cancer. Got 2 sons, and we wanted to provide some funding to his children for the future. Ironically, he was still with us when we were playing in the charity match, and he passed away 3 weeks before we actually had it. So it became a memorial game for him in the end. And ironically, so we had the Charlton Legends team, very good players like, Paul Konchesky, Darren Bent, Darren Ambrose, all these guys were involved, which was fantastic. And it was waterlogged off in that morning. So I've had a chat with the ground and the club, and we're going to do it in the first quarter of next year, probably February. Yeah. But then I've also had John Salato get in touch that now wants to put Charlton against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park at the end of the season, the Legends teams. So we're actually going to be arranging. We want to try and get 1 or 2 charity matches a quarter that will involve Legends teams of pro teams. We're currently in chats with Tottenham, Newcastle, Celtic, Crystal Palace, and obviously Charlton. So there'll be a few events coming up, which is going to be fantastic.
Cool. And again, I'm actually out here to actually help as well. Hey, it was
you were playing to Greece.
Yeah, I was supposed to be playing, doing a bit of behind the scenes as well. So yeah, I mean, again, whenever the Charlton game is, whenever the Newcastle game is, whenever it is, just kind of let me,
You're in the squad. You're in the squad.
I'm in the squad. And actually, I just want to say, Dave, do you know? So I was kind of literally at another charity game, and John Salako was actually manager, and John Salako actually gave me man of the match.
Did he?
Yes,
well,
he did.
Fair, his eyes and legs have gone recently, mate. So, and funny enough, John was at Tooting for that network meeting, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, so it was quality. Barry from Ultimate Sports Network. Love to get you.
Oh, Dave, I was going to ask, when is your next network business meeting? You know when the next date is for that?
Well, so we host online Zoom meetings literally 3 or 4 a week. But our next face-to-face one is, funny enough, something that Sabrice is coming to. So Jason Pearce, the Charlton captain, we help with his academy, which is run out of Elton Goals. And we have a network meeting at Elton Goals on Monday, the 29th of this month, so in 2 weeks, between 5 and 7. You get to see the academy and see what Jason's doing. And then Jason will be in the bar probably about 6 o'clock-ish to have a chat with the local businesses who are down there with him. And then obviously we're all the businesses are meeting up and having a chat. So literally, if anybody wants to come along, get in touch with myself or Barry of Ultimate Sports Network and just say, look, you can come along as guests. And it will be Monday, the 29th of November between 5 and 7 o'clock, Elton Goals.
Brilliant. And I know I've pulled it up a few times, but this is the website, www.thesportsbusinessclub.co.uk. Are you on Twitter and Instagram?
Right, so Twitter, yes, but I'm terrible with Twitter. So you'll find it. It's the Sports Business Club, which is fine.
Yeah.
And we're on Instagram, the Sports Business Club. We're on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. And you can find me in different places. But just don't follow the spelling and the surname that Tabriz put in it. It's terrible. He spelled my name wrong on my email address to send the link, but he spelled my name wrong on here, which is great.
You know what? I've realised. Crap. It's an E, not an O, is it?
It's J-U-E-N-O.
Yeah.
But it's like Barry said, that's not me. So that's probably someone called David Juno.
That isn't you. That's some guy from Spain. It's a Spanish defender.
Jeez, apologies.
No,
Honestly,
listen, this is what makes you unique, buddy. It's fine.
I know. Honestly, like I'm sure that there's going to be a time when I actually do this live, that everything's going to go perfectly well. Like there's not going to be any mistakes or anything else like that, and I've already effed it up already. So hey, typical. Dave, honestly, thank you for like coming on. And again, anyone that literally wants to come down on the 29th of November, please get in contact with Dave or Barry. I'm sure all of you are know Barry from the Ultimate Sports Network. Honestly, please come down. You will not be disappointed. Coach Barry, if you could get someone from Independent to actually kind of come down, honestly, it will just kind of again, it
sounds fantastic, mate. Great concept, Dave. Great concept.
Thank you, Coach Barry. Ironically, your next guest, Robert from Armourflex, actually came through the Sports Business Club as your next guest, didn't he, Tabriz?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Really interesting.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much, Dave. And yeah, I'm sure that we will be in contact real soon.
Love it. Cheers, Tabriz. Cheers, Barry and Barry.
Cheers, Dave.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
Cheers. Thank you.
Bye.
What a guy. Coach Barry, I'm sure I've mentioned it to you.
Baz sent me the link. It could be you, but Baz sent me the link. You did, Bruce. When I think about it, you told me to contact Baz, and then Baz sent me the link. I spoke to Jen from. So apologies, Bruce.
Where is that, Baz? Where's that at? Where is it at the moment? With Jen?
Oh, we're meeting up. Hopefully next week. We're sitting down.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, guys, it's just.
So thank you, gentlemen.
No, I mean, again, I know actually both like Barry's. You guys are always helping and supporting grassroots football. So, and again, this is just a great opportunity. And again, to get not only funding but support, and again, just to kind of widen your net for kind of grassroots football, in general. So again, thank you to Dave. And yeah, I mean, in terms of the charity games, he said that's going to be in the first quarter of next year. So hopefully I'll be fit enough. I should be fit enough to actually play.
Is he ever fit?
Sorry?
At the Palace as well. At the Palace.
Actually, you know what, Coach Barry, one of your lads, he contacted me on TikTok, saying that you guys got a 4-4 draw against St. Matthews.
Oh, the under 12s. Under 12s.
Yeah, under 12s.
Yeah. They were 4-1 down.
Wow.
I don't know what happened there. They were sleeping. They woke up.
I've got to ask you a question, Barry.
Yeah.
In any of your games, has the referee been the coach for the opposition team?
Yeah.
They have?
Yeah.
They have?
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? You happy with that?
there's not much we could. Our league has been.
Yeah.
We've got hardly any rest guys in our league.
Same.
It's gone down less than 50% from last season.
Yeah, we're the same.
So we are struggling, and there's complaints everywhere going into the league and to the FA about lack of referees. Like I said, I'm lucky. I've got two youngsters who's got their badges, but one of them's away, so I can't do anything about it. So.
I mean, I can understand the lino being the parents and stuff like that. We all part of the opposition team, but the referee's a bit harsh. Coaching on the pitch at the same time, Baz. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Baz.
Sometimes none of the parents want to even do it. None of them
well, no, but
it's
happening in the Vets League as well, to Breeze.
Well, there's been certain situations where the referee hasn't turned up, and someone from the opposition, and then someone from either side will either referee a half. We've been lucky previously that, of course, Nana is a qualified referee, so he would come on and literally referee the first half, and then someone else. But I mean, like it does happen.
But it is a conflict of interest, isn't it? They're going to see it that way no matter what you say.
Yeah, no, the guy today was the goalkeeper coach's dad. He was training the goalkeeper coach, and then at half time he went and done the team talk with them. Come on, man. Come on.
I know something needs to be done.
Oh, come on, Baz. This is not. I mean, there's limits.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
what's the solution, though, Baz? What's the solution?
No, I understand. The game's got to go ahead. I get it.
Yeah.
But I think the solution is he shouldn't be allowed to near the or coach the team at any
stage. I agree with that as well. The coach
both managers should say, hold on a minute, hang on, no, you've got to stay away.
Yeah.
That's what
the FA's got to put in some sort of guidelines to it.
Yeah. And there's no guidelines, is there?
There's no guidelines put into it.
It should be, shouldn't there?
The only guideline is if whoever starts the game, you can't have two refs in the game. Whoever starts the game, you can't change at half time, which sometimes do.
They do, don't they?
Whoever the game has to finish the whole game.
They do in the Vets, didn't they? Did you say to Breeze?
Sorry, what's that? Sorry?
Did they in your game? Did they swap refs? Did you have
Yeah.
You can't do that. You're not meant to do that.
So no, we've never done that.
The game's void. Our league, the game's void. If you swap refs, they void the game.
Ooh.
Okay.
Your ref was injured every time, Therese. That was what happened.
Yeah, just say he's injured.
Well, I mean, and again, I don't want to talk about it now because I'm going to wait until the Vets segment. And because there was a game today, yesterday, Santos versus Blackheath, and I don't want to talk too much about it, but I mean, there was a kind of refereeing situation that can happen there. But I mean, I've literally got the statement, so I'll kind of go on to that. I'm waiting for Robert to actually come on, but actually Barry from Ultimate Sports Network, you was the lino at your kids, one of your kids' games. Could you briefly talk about your experiences being the fourth official?
So this was an under 14s game, and we were getting hammered 6-1. It was, they were on top. It was well on top. Second half comes 6-1, 7-1. I flag for offside, and I get abuse from the under 14s player. Well, you're having a laugh at you, mate. I said, no, I'm not having a laugh. You're offside. I said, you weren't first half, but you're clearly offside. Anyway, they scored another goal. It was 8-1. So they're 8-1 up. They're well on top. It's probably the 70th or 80th minute. I flag him for offside. He has a go at me. He then kicks the ball away from the spot. The referee gives the kid a yellow, but he's offered him a sin bin, right? He said, do you want a sin bin or yellow? He told the referee to go forth and multiply. And the referee gives him a red. And they're 8-1 up, Baz. Do you understand that?
Under 14.
Under 14.
And the little boy's talking like that to adults.
Told him to F off, told the ref to F off.
Crazy. It's crazy. And can you kind of talk about what the opposition were doing every time they scored or made a tackle?
Well, basically they were, that's like I said, they're winning. They're 8-1 up, and then they started to basically kiss the badge and all that sort of stuff. You know, like winding up the players, and they weren't doing that before. And then all of a sudden they're starting to kiss. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing all that for? Why are you winding? Why are you trying to wind up the kids, the players, the parents? So run over to parents and doing it in front of the parents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, just I don't understand it. I don't get it.
So who's in charge? Who's in charge? What did their management do?
Well, the manager was the manager. Ironically, his son was sent off.
Mm. Okay.
There you go.
It depends how clubs run, as we say, Dad. It depends how a club runs.
I know.
The discipline within the club. What is the club's ethos? You don't know. Was it a big game? Is it a team you know? Was it London Cup? What was it?
No cup. No cup. It's a league game.
You played them before? Have they got a reputation of being like that?
I don't remember playing them before. They are part of a bigger club. Their club's quite a big club. They're part of a bigger club. They've got quite a lot of teams at that level. So they're all, you know, they got like maybe 5 or 6 teams at that age group.
Yeah.
So they're quite a big club. So I never understood. I didn't understand. What I didn't understand was all that stuff coming out when you're 8-1 up. Why have you backmouthed the ref off? Why are you starting kissing your badge on that now? Like you've won a cup game or something, or a league. It's like you're getting 3 points.
It's because they're allowed to do that. That's come from the management and the coaches. That's where it's coming from, and the parents around. If no one's stopping them and allowing them, that's where it's coming from.
But what I don't get is right, Baz, is like at this level, are they not? It's not about winning; it's about development, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So this thing about get another goal or do this. I said, well, it's not about that. It's about development. If I was that manager, I would have said to him, right, I want you to keep the ball.
Or take a player off.
Or take the player off. But I want you to keep the ball. I don't want you to score because you run the game. Keep the ball. Let's make it hard for you. Let's make you work. You know? It's about developing them. I want them to develop more. I don't want them to score 20 goals. That's easy. They can do that. I know they can do that. I want you to keep the ball.
Our league, there's no goal difference.
Oh, is it not? Right, okay.
No, and if a team scores over 9 goals, it doesn't count. Yeah. They stop at 9. That's it.
So if they score another one, it don't matter? No,
it doesn't matter. They just want the teams to develop and play football.
Exactly that, yeah.
Everybody running to score goals. So
no, exactly that.
Right. The league, yeah. Just made a big difference, yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Trying to play football in this game, all the teams, the younger ones, just going for goal.
Yeah,
the whole
exactly.
They're learning and developing whilst having fun.
Exactly that. It's about development. It's not about you, is it? It's about the kids. And sometimes seems to be all about the coach, about him playing through them. It's not about him. It's about them.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to find coaches. It's very hard to find coaches. Just like referees.
Yeah.
Very true. So
where's your
guy? I've just had a WhatsApp conversation, and he's said that he's clicked the link, but like he's not in the green room. I've just sent him a screenshot, and he's not there. So I've told him to log in and log out. And again, this is what I love about live video. You just don't know what the hell's going on. So again, let me just say, of course, we have Robert, who's literally was looking to change the way people think about shin pads. So we've got him hopefully coming on, and then if we've got a bit of time, we will talk about the Steven Gerard.
Oh boy.
Barry.
Everything to do with Liverpool, this guy's trying to.
No, listen.
Everything to do with Liverpool, this guy's
and
you're right there, Baz.
And then at 9 o'clock we have the vet segment, and again at the vet segment, it's been very, very interesting. Barry did actually both let Barry's have like you guys had any feedback regarding the show last week? No,
nothing my end.
Barry, coach.
What's that? Last week's show?
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a few feedbacks. It was an excellent show. I really enjoyed it, to Bruce. But the guy you got coming on now, Tigris, that's a very big statement. Did you make that statement, or is that his statement?
I'll be back in a sec.
That is his statement. And again, I'd love for him to come on, but I can't see him. I can't see him at all. But like, he's just sent me a picture saying that he's waiting in the wings, but like, he's not here. And I don't know what I can do because I can't see him here. But again, he's I kind of briefly spoke to him on Thursday or Friday, and she showed me like a quick demonstration in terms of how everything works. And again, in terms of protecting your ankles and literally how.
Did you try on the ship? Did you try it on?
It was literally just a Zoom chat, exactly how we're talking now. I would, of course, love to kind of see them and literally try them on. Because of course, I think I've like suffered from like ankle injuries, and that's probably been probably the injury that's kind of kept me out the most. But again, yeah, like he's just sent me a screenshot of like he's kind of waiting in the wings. I have no idea.
I want to hear what you've got to say.
Me too as well. And literally, I am not going to log back in, because that means the show will end. I wonder if I'm gonna literally tell him to again log in, log out. But again, this is what I love about live video. You just don't know what's actually gonna happen. It's not happening at his end. Actually. So what's been kind of going on with like you, Barry, in terms of course, like the kind of under 12s had a 4-4 against.
They've done really well to Breach. The under 12 played St Matthews. It was a slow start, I believe. They were 4-1 down. I think it's just by half time, and they showed great character to come back, and they drew the game 4-4. I heard they played really well, really well. There's 2 new coaches with the help in the under 12s now with the strategy and the coaching. So things seems like they're coming together. I spoke to the under 12 manager today, and he's really happy with the other 2 coaches, Leo and Eric. So a big thank you to them for helping out with the under 12s and the changes we've done there. The under 10s had a game as well. We played a team called Westside, but it was rather a non-contest to Breeze, because I stopped the game at, I think it was 10-0. So because I said no one's really learning anything from the game. So I pulled the plug on the game, and then we had a big London Cup game. We played Welling United. I don't know if you know Welling United. Baz would know Welling. We played Welling. I think they were favourites for the London Cup. We were 1-0 down for one of the best own goals you'll ever see. And then we come back, pull back 10 minutes later to 1-1. Stayed that way. Very good game, very tough game. We had to just stay in the game because they was outplaying us. I have to admit, Welling played some great football. They did outplay us for the majority of the game, but we stuck in there. And eventually we done them on penalties. We beat them 4-3 on penalties to go through. So we knocked out the favourites, which the kids were just, it was just a mental day after that win. It was just mental. Everyone jumping and laughing. It was just great. Parents running on the pitch. I ran on the pitch. It was a great day. So it was really tough. That's the toughest game we played in about 2 seasons against Welling. Really well drilled, good side. They had 2 ex-pros what run them. 2 ex-pros what coach them. So yesterday was a good day for the club. And under, who else played? The under 13s. We didn't have a good day with the under 13s. I think they ended up playing with 10 or 9 men, because a lot of parents on the day pulled out, so they didn't make it. So we ended up playing Clapham Rangers with 10. I think we lost 3-0. So it was unlucky for Nathan. Did have a turnout. We need to recruit in that age group more.
Hey.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, guys. I finally got on. I don't know what the hell's been going on. Apologies. Jesus.
All right.
At least it gives me 15 less minutes to talk. Otherwise, I've bored everyone.
I'm sorry, Barry. Yeah, I literally, I couldn't see you in the studio, but you know what? let's kind of have enough of that. Robert Hughes, again, the founder of a company called Armorflex,
yeah.
Armorflex.
Yeah.
Please kind of introduce yourself and literally the invention that you have created.
Okay, well, thanks for having me to begin with, and good to meet the two Barrys.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry. Yeah, they're very simple. A little bit about myself. I used to play a reasonable standard of football, not here in the UK, but based out in Hong Kong, where I was raised and brought up. And I played for the Hong Kong Football Club. Some of you guys may have heard of the club. We do an annual international tournament where a lot of the pro clubs over at the premierships and local people within the region in Asia would send teams in, mostly all of their under 21s, under 23s, just before they're breaking into the main competitions, and we have a big tournament. So that was a club I played for. I came back to the UK about a long time ago, 98. Started playing Saturday and Sunday league football, and got, pardon my French, and got the crap kicked out of me. and as a result of that, I noticed that the shin guards that were basically in the marketplace at the moment, you were either the slip-ins or a one-piece unit. But the issue was always during match play, product would be shifting and moving. You get tackled, the guards get pushed up, down, sideways, all over the place. So it's not doing the job it's supposed to do. So long story short, I looked into the actual shin guard market over the last, I think it was R&D resulted in about 1 year looking at the different type of guards, what the guards are made of, et cetera, and I came to the conclusion that I needed to produce a product that would actually address the issue of movement during match play and from tackles during the game. So I looked at which took me a five-year period of R&D, looking at all the different type of foams that you have with EVA, because they come in a low, high density, soft, all sorts of stuff. And what I did was work together with a designer friend of mine that I've known for a while, and we started to come up with visuals, started to find a UK manufacturer who would probably put my vision to fruition in an actual finished product. And that whole process took a while as well. And things didn't work out in the UK with the manufacturer because they weren't producing the level and the quality I needed. So I eventually went back to China, where the people we dealt with, they worked with a lot of the big international manufacturers, such as Nike, Adidas, and Pumas, and they also made different ranges of shin guards. So obviously, with the NDAs, everything in place, we started to send our designs over and gave them the specifics of what we required. And long story short, we've ended up with a shin guard, which is, if you don't mind, I'm doing a little bit of advertising here, boys. That's the actual packaging itself, the product. And as you will see, the product is flat pack. And
actually, Robert, so if you could put on the shin guard and everything else, and I know Coach Barry had a question.
Yes, okay, yeah. So, yeah, Barry, go ahead, fire away.
No, I was just wondering what sort of testing has the shin pad gone through?
Well, obviously, each time or the first design that came up with the material and everything else, we had to put it through the BS 1361 international standard for shin guards, which basically the whole criteria is that the product goes into a controlled condition where it's placed over an anvil, and the guard itself is then wrapped over the anvil, and positioned directly above it is a steel rod, which is about this thick, about 6 feet long, and it's dropped from a height of about between 10 and 12 feet, and it drops onto the actual front of the guard, right? And that equivalent to the force that will hit that guard is up to about, it's 2,000 pounds, right? So if they actually penetrate the shell or break the shell, goes through, that's a complete fail. So we went through quite a lot of that. And in addition to the blunt impact test, they also do a slide shearing and slicing test, where the same rod is directed at a 60-degree angle, where it comes in, right? Same result. If it goes through, damages the front, penetrates the back, it's a fail. So many years of that. Took me about nearly 5 years of actually finding the right sort of combination of foams. Because at the moment, I'm not sure you guys all know about the EVA foams, the stuff that you generally get on the back of a standard shell. Yeah, right. They come in different densities and thickness and stuff. And I said, so we couldn't patent that, because the foam itself, EVA, is a patented product. But what we could do was that we could patent the process application of using the different type of densities, the thickness, the absorbent level of the different type of foams that is available. And we finally, over a 5-year period, came up with the ideal solution for the product. And as you can see, it's come in as a flat pack. You see the wings. The wings, basically, the idea of the wings, besides an application process, I got that suggestion, came from the London orthopedic surgeons, who I spent a year talking to them about injuries, what happens when a leg break occurs, and a lot of these people I spoke to were actual doctors involved with the London clubs and things, and they've come back and they said, well, 90% of the time when someone comes at you, it's a side angle, right? Just on the outside of the calf area, and if you had anything there that would absorb that impact, it would make a big difference. So what we've done is, you would look at this, see how thick that is. It's only about 5.5 mil. This is probably one of the thinnest products in the marketplace, and you will see that there's 5 layers of product encompassing this whole process. We decided to use a polyethylene shell as opposed to a hard plastic shell. Underneath that, as you can see, is the velveteen material, and underneath the actual pad itself is another absorbent foam. And then in between that, you've then got a high density thick foam, and then on the back of it is a softer foam. And then, as you can see on the back of this, I've got Velcro. So the idea is very simple, using Velcro to attach the Velcro onto the sleeve. Because as you guys would generally know, at the moment, most of the sleeves come in a nylon type of thing. The product is slipped in, running, slips, slides all over the place. Those of you guys who've obviously played and understand the game. So my idea was that we would use this polyethylene shell, which acts as the same deterrent. And this went through the same criterion testing for the international standards. And we surpassed that standard to 2,700 pounds for an direct impact hit, shearing and slicing. You will see, oh, well, how are you going to wear this?
Yes, Robert. You know what? I am conscious of time.
Yeah, okay. Very quickly. Minutes. So long story short, this is where I am now. So the beauty about that is basically you'll be able to, if I stand up, see that?
No, we can only see your knee. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when you put your match socks over it, it will not. The only movement you're going to get is this, nothing more. Right? And when you take it off, and you peel it off, and that's it. That's the idea and the patent and everything else behind that. And I started to sell the product into the grassroots market, which is generally where I think my target is. And it's taken a little while, and it's starting to get word of mouth. And hopefully, with you guys, if there's any interest, love to spend time and talk to you about these, and perhaps even come to your locations. If you've got kids, you've got clubs, happy to do a full demo for you guys. There you go, arm flex.
Great stuff. Barry from Ultimate Sports Network, do you have a question?
I was just going to ask, have you had any feedback from any of the clubs? Have you trialled it with any club? And what club?
Well, I've had basically over the last few years, I've got a couple of agents friends where we've given it to their players. I had Dean Marnie, Sam Vokes. Oh God, Jesus, I can't remember. Who's a right back? Right back at Burnley.
The right back.
Loughton.
Oh, Loughton.
Yeah, Loughton. And a few of these guys, the higher guys, but obviously because they did that on a how would you say, a favor to the agent, and they're still wearing these guards themselves. I've had a lot of ex-Rangers players, Charlie Miller, Michael Negri, and a whole host of them, which I can't think of at the moment. But I'm happy to exchange, give you emails, give you a full list, images of grassroots clubs. Currently, I've got about 7 or 8 of the Man United girls under 11 all wearing them over at Bolton, groups and 4 and 5s at different groups and grassroots clubs mainly in the London area. But I've got images and photos that I'll be happy to share with you guys to give you an idea of where I am. But it hasn't been easy. It's been a struggle getting into the grassroots, obviously because of their gatekeeping system that they have. I've sent 10,000 emails out, had 20 responses.
Whoa.
Yeah, showing them our video, the whole promotional video about the game, even offering them, product discounts, and it's been very, very difficult. Probably because I'm up against the established brands, and they already have a foothold in all of these clubs. So it's been a case of trying to, get word of mouth out there, get ambassadors. I've got a lot of ambassadors at the moment at grassroots ages and stuff, and that's starting to pick up a bit. But then I met David, who very kindly suggested, liked what he's seen. He believed that I had a really good product, and I needed a little bit of help to get it out into the marketplace. And hence I've met Therese, and through this particular podcast, hopefully, yourselves, I'm here. I know I've got a product that addresses issues in the game, because also fundamentally, one of the main things you guys would probably know, a lot of the kids, 80% of them will end up with skin conditions, right? And that's because of the foam, and it creates pockets of sweat. They get a little nick, and that's it.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So does your shin pad, and hey, I want to say, I want you to say it with your chest. Does your shin pads eradicate the kind of common leg and ankle injuries?
Well, let's put it at that, right? There's always a disclaimer in every packet, any shin guards, everything that you put down, and it says you are in a very, contact sport, and there's no guarantees, right?
What eradicate?
No, there's nothing that can probably eradicate.
No, there's nothing.
If you get hit hard enough on that day, and you're unlucky enough, you're going to get a break, right? And especially with what's in the market now with these, maybe perhaps for the exception of the carbon fiber unit, which cost an arm and a leg, and then you've got the G-form product, as you probably know, which has got all the rubber products on the front of it. But when this thing breaks, and it does break, and I've got a lot of pictures of it, of players both at senior and kids level, they break, and when that kinetic force comes in and hits it at that particular point, that force travels up and down the whole unit, and instead of having a clean break, you'll end up with a multiple fracture, and that's the problem with my product. If it does, worst case scenario, it does happen, you're going to have a clean fracture or a break. That's the difference. Basically, it's reducing the severity of a potentially bad injury. That's my sell for the actual product. And also on the back of it, it's eradicating the issues of skin conditions and comfort and ease of application for the child, because I'm sure you've all dealt with kids who are going in, oh, I can't wear this is too much. And the hooks are digging into the thing, and they end up with all of that, and half of them wearing the shin guards around the back of their legs. This one, it's basically telling the parents there's a product out there that you can be assured that it will keep your child safe. The pad will do what it actually supposed to do, right? Stay in place, match play, and from tackles. That's it. That's the difference.
And again, I'm like very conscious of time, and again, thank you.
I apologize for that. Yeah,
it's absolutely fine. So I've got a few questions. If you could probably round it up in about a minute.
Okay.
Could we have the price of the shin pads?
Well, we currently sell these in the package for 24 quid inclusive of VAT, and obviously there is a packaging and postage cost to that itself. So,
Cool.
but I'm happy to speak to anyone about any club or anyone wants to take it on wholesale price, etc., etc. Yeah.
And how to purchase? I believe you can purchase these on your website.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
armorflexsport.com.
And very quickly before I go, we also have an ankle guard, which is basically based on the same principle. What happens here is that protects the ankle, the lower shin, and the back of the Achilles, right? We're looking at developing a smaller size. They are so flexible, the product, that you can actually see that? Actually trim. You see that there's a ledge there? You can actually trim these off if you didn't want the ankle caps. And I've got all of my under 12s and under 13s wearing these at the moment. Makes a big difference with also within the adult game.
Cool.
And those will go for 22 on the website.
And I'd say the last question, and again, since I'm the second most famous content creator in the UK, please ask Robert about the team that I play for to actually try out these shin pads. Is that possible? If literally, I pay for the postage and packaging. I do not mind that. If we could have a couple or a few, I'll actually do a video and actually I can get some of my players to actually try them out and actually give you feedback.
Guys, no problem at all. Right, Tabrice has got my email. Get it from him. Give me an address for you, Tabrice, and the two Barrys. Just let me know. I'll be happy to send you a full kit. As long as I get feedback, you take a video of the guys, ask what the kids think of it. Happy to do that. Not a problem, because I need people like yourselves who've been in the game and understand it to really realize there's something different in the market that's going to address the issues. Because I've seen too many kids who've gone out there, had a knock from the bigger boy, and they start to shy away. And this will prevent that. I guarantee that. And that's the difference.
Thank you so much, Robert. And again, please check out Robert's website at armorflexsport.com. Thank you, Robert, for coming on. I know we had a few technical issues, but again, this is something that I believe everyone should hear. So again, thank you for coming on, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last time. Yes, I will send you my address and whatnot, and send us a few and
happy to do that. The two Barrys, give Tabrice your email, and then I'll address with you. I can speak to you guys directly.
Thank you.
No, thank you very much, guys. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Wow. No, again, thank
Good
you.
concept to bring. Very good concept.
I'm trying. Sorry, you know what? I've actually got the legends in the background. Just give us 2 more minutes, legends. We are literally going to take a quick 2-minute break. Guys, get your teas, get your coffees, get your spirits. This is literally where the conversation heats up. No holes barred. Yeah, I can't wait for this. We'll be back in 2 minutes. We are back, guys. We are back. This is the final part. This is what I call the third pattern of today's show. Again, thank you to all of the legends, the masters. I'm not going to call you vets. I think that's disrespect. But again, thank you to everyone that's on. I'm going to make sure that I've got everyone on. Yes, I do. So literally, I have Lee and Harry from New Park. Thank you for coming on. I have Oliver from West Fulham. Thank you. I have Chris from Glebe. Oh, and and also Nana as well from Catford. Everyone doing?
Good evening, gents.
What's happening?
Good.
Silent. Oh, the tension. The tension. I love it. Well, I'm actually waiting for Black Clock. Hey, you know what? I don't know where like he is, but hey, honestly, thank you guys for coming on. Let me quickly go through the results from a couple of days ago. I have them on screen somewhere. Okay, so let's start with Division 1. Glebe 3, Snodland Town Vets 3. Snodland Town beat Glebe on penalties 3-1. Johnson and Phillips 1. Stanfield 3 in the cup. LSU A 2. New Park Vets 3. Metrogas 7. Is it Bay Point Vets 2 and Woodcombe Vets 4. Defiance 4. Penalties won by Woodcombe, and this is how the table looks like at this present moment in time. Charcoal first, Stansfield second, Johnson Phillips third, Glebe fourth, LSU A fifth, New Park 6th, Fulham 7th, Metrogas and Defiance bringing up the rear. And in Division 2, again, these are like the cups and also league combined. Bow Street Runners was home win. Catford Wanderers 7, Norwood Lakers 0. Columbia Vets 2, Independent 6, Seagas 9, Leonie Stars 1, and Wallenham 6, LSU B 4. And the table is looking like this: Independent first, Seagas second, Sporting Continental third, not Sporting Continental, sorry, Sporting Santos third, Craylec Wanderers 4th, Blackheath 5th, Wallenham 6th, LSU be 7th, Leonie Stars 8th, Catford 9th, but Bullshit Run is 10th, Norwood Lakers 11th. Woo! And then I'm gonna go through next week's fixtures later on. That's me. Cool. Let's gonna start with New Park, Harry and Lee. Listen, I said even in the first game against LSU that would be an LSU win. I said in the second game it would be an LSU win. I know, I've got to shout out Dash because Dash said to me in the changing room, you know what, New Park are not happy with you, Tabriz. That's literally what he said to me. I was like, no, it's cool. You know what? Again, you guys have proved me wrong. I mean, how was the game yesterday? How are you finding it in like Division 1? I would kind of love to kind of get your thoughts.
Yeah, yesterday's game was very competitive. It sort of mixed it up a bit more, LSU now, but I think we took our chances. They didn't take their chances. Very good side. I don't think we should write them off yet. I still think I ain't seen Charcoal play other than the final against Glebe, which Glebe won, which was the 1-0, sorry. LSU are still off. To me, I think they're the best team in the league. We took our chances. They didn't take theirs. They made plenty of chances. And they've got some fantastic footballers in that team. But,
just to add to that, I think, certainly from our point of view, I found last two games, and honestly, to Bruce, we certainly haven't got any problems with it. We were asked to come on, and we're more than happy to have a little chat about what's been going on. I think from our point of view, we know we've got a good side, we've got good players, we've got a lot of players who just want to play football, pass the ball around, and it's starting to click. It's starting to work out quite nicely for us. But these two games we played against LSU the last few weeks, very, very, very tough games, as Lee's just said. We have to go into those games on top of our game. But I think that's the same across the league. Most of the teams we've come up against this season, we tend to find that we have to play well to get anything out of the game. We have to play well every single week. So that I think that shows the quality of the league overall, really.
And do you think it's all about probably your starting 11 week in, week out? Because what I've heard is that if you've kind of brought out your like big guns, then you can actually beat anyone on your day. But again, that kind of it's some kind of almost that kind of yo-yo effect. Next week you don't know who's going to be available, and again you might lose the next game. And is that something that's correct, or am I like slightly off?
No, you're right. I think every team in the league's having the same issue with that. I think with the old pandemic going on and players sort of getting to know the families a little bit more, it's been a bit hard trying to get players to play. But the commitment from the players is the same issue. I think all the teams have in Pets football. We've got family commitments, we've got work commitments. We've been loyal to a lot of players that have been with us for a little while, and then once the commitment isn't there, you have to look to bring players in. And I think that's the key for us. Is we've had a bit of a wobbly start, been too loyal. We've lost several established players recently. We brought players that wanted to come in, but you've got to be loyal to the players that are there. You've got to give them a fair crack of the whip, and if they don't perform or they're not committed, it's not about performance really. It's a lot of it's been about the commitment. We've fielded the same 11 in any of the games. On average we've made about 5 or 6 changes in the games. Luckily enough, we played with a strong team against LSU, and the character of the players shows you that we are willing to play against the big team, but they seem to think they don't need to turn up against other teams. We're just trying to change the mentality of our squad, because we've come up through the leagues, we've won the cups, we've won the leagues, and it's always been a bit of a play when you want. You got work. We've had a large squad. What we've done really is we've set up 2 teams, and players have been going between the teams. And the issue is commitment. And I can tell every team in the league. And if you've got a committed squad and you're playing the same 11s every week, you've got a good chance of progressing in whatever league you're in.
Yeah. No, very true, very true. And and again, welcome Nana and Black Clock to the show. Let me kind of go to Oliver from West Fulham, the current holders of the London Cup. What was like your result? Yes, Saturday. how have like you found the league so far, and kind of also as well. I mean, I think vets like football has kind of had that surge now because of social media. I mean, how do kind of you guys think about the kind of emergence of social media and vets football?
So we play Sundays.
Sundays.
We played today. We played against a team called Continental 58, which we actually played them last week in the London Cup as well. We beat them 5-3 last week. And today they came out, they only had 9 men, and we beat them, what's the score? 8-1. We beat them today. Our league's all right. It's not the greatest, to be honest with you. Last season, our league was tougher than it is this season. We got Jamrock, which is a really good team. Who I think is the best team we played against to date. They're in it. We haven't played everyone so far, but we're winning silly scores every week. Do you know what I mean? Like 10-1 or like 5, whatever, 6, 7, 8, 9. So
you know what you have to do. You know what you have to do. You know what you have to do. Like you've kind of got to join like the likes of New Park, Glebe,
Yeah, well,
Independent.
We thought it was going to be in a really good league this season. It's supposed to be like all the good teams from like around here coming into it, and it hasn't been like that so far. But we're going to come up against people in like the London Cup and stuff like that. So we'll just see. But overall, so far, we haven't played Jamrock. We've got them in a couple of weeks, so that should be a good game. But all the games have been pretty. The last 2 weeks, we haven't been really that good. I'll be honest with you. We've been winning, but we ain't been at the races. We've started slow. We're giving the ball away, which is not like us. And we've been struggling to get a proper squad together the last couple of weeks. People have got other commitments, work, children, so-and-so. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, on the whole, I love the whole vets thing. I love all this, what you're doing, the banter. Like, we've got so many teams that we follow on our page now. Teams like I follow teams probably maybe that some of you lot I don't even know. Because you lot were like more southeast kind of thing, Kent. So a lot of you I don't know, do you know what I mean? But there's London Cup games for that, and if we all progress, we might see each other. You never know. But I like the best thing. It's growing all the time. I'm seeing a lot more teams on social media now that we set up a page as well to keep up with everything and see teams that we're not going to get to see their results other than on their social media pages and stuff like that. And again, on here as well, I always look on here to see what's going on. So I think it's really good, man. It's good. It's going to keep on growing.
Yeah, facts. And Chris from Glebe, formerly known as Wombells. And again, I think everyone on the kind of panel around like the southeast Kent side know in terms of how kind of immense Wombells were, and again like the trophies that you like guys have won, and now you guys have kind of gone over to like Glebe, and again I'm kind of looking at your results. How well do you think the season's gone for like you guys? Who's like been like I'd say that the kind of toughest opposition that you've had so far? And again now with the emergence of social media, because Wombells didn't really kind of engage or literally involve themselves with like social media. I mean, is it kind of something that you guys want to participate in?
So cover off a few of those. Social media wise, I just don't think we haven't got anyone bright enough at the club to take it on, to be fair. We'd love to do it. We'd love to get involved. We'd love to be putting 65 posts a day like Charcoal do, but we just we haven't got anyone to do that. So at some point we'll start getting a bit involved in it. But I obviously follow various other sites and various other clubs, which is obviously sort of gained my interest in vets football. How's the season gone? You know what? I think people forget that Glebe isn't Wombell. Wombell were a great side, as you say, and for 5 or 6 years kind of dominated that league. And yes, we are probably 60% Wombell. But we've also sort of merged with obviously Bromleyans and a few players from over there. And to be fair, we've got some very good players that have come from that side as well. So we've got a really good side, but we're just gelling. You know, we're a new side, and that plays out. So we've had some games we've won 8-9-1 in one game, and then we lose yesterday to a side in the league, you know, in the league below us. So that kind of shows you how our season's going. You know, we're not quite there where we need to be yet. But on the whole, it's not too bad. In terms of the best side, do you know what? I always used to say London South, and they are, you know, top draw. I know a lot of their players, having played with them, you know, in the various leagues before Vets football, and they are a very, very good side. But I genuinely, I hate to say it, Charcoal the other week were another level. It was a really good game. 4-2 probably flattered them slightly. You know, a couple of dubious things that went on during the game, but they are at it. You know, they are another level in terms of their intensity. Do I agree with the way they conduct themselves? That's another conversation. But in terms of their, in terms of their performance, they have got you know 14, 15 very, very good players. Two of which obviously were ex-One Bell. Yeah, they're a very, very good side, and I think anyone who beats them this year will deserve a massive pat on the back.
Cool. Let me go over to Black Clock. I mean, how is it there at your safe house?
I'm safe, everybody. Family's safe. Been a lot of social media up and down this week, but we're safe, people. Wow. I know what Meghan Markle feels like with Piers trolling her. My God. Piers, if you're listening, you need to chill. You need to chill, mate. It's just grassroots football. It's just grassroots football, man. You need to chill. But anyway, let's get back to the serious stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, could you kind of like briefly talk about the result yesterday? And you know, and again, what's your focus for like the next couple of weeks?
Okay, so we had a London Cup game against Kawuya, third division side. Just want to say from the get-go, the name of the team is from a player of theirs, a friend that passed away. And I've only seen them once, was yesterday. And he must be so proud wherever he is at this moment in time, obviously, sitting next to the man upstairs. Because those guys, they remind me of us 3-4 years ago. Fire in their belly. They are going to cause a lot of teams problems. Third division side, but I believe they will be second division side next season. Wow, what a game. Games that I love. Games that we love. Young vet side, lot of pace, a lot of power, a lot of banter. No disrespect, banter. Imagine that, banter. But yeah, loved it. At their ground, Meridian, we knew we had to be on it because they're a young side, so we knew we had to be on it. And to be fair, the game at the beginning was a bit backwards and forwards until we started getting ourselves on the ball and started controlling the pace of the game. Few tackles, a bit wayward. Ref let it go, which we're cool with that. You know, everyone's got work on Monday, so I'm cool with the wayward tackles as long as no one's getting injured. It's part and parcel of the game. Dash again, unbelievable. 4 goals, could have been more, should have been more. Unbelievable. Chewy, again, unbelievable. And Mr. Black Brad Pitt, unbelievable again. We couldn't separate them. Had to give 3 man of the matches. Couldn't separate them. Unbelievable. But to be fair, the whole team played unbelievable. That was definitely a banana skin. And again, I'll say utmost respect to those young guys. Spoke to them. Oh, yes, Nino as well. Nino played well. Sorry, Nino. Nino, 2 goals. There was too much good performances to remember. Too many good performances to remember. Had a talk with them after the game. Again, nice guys. You know, it was just one of those games that you could have easily slipped up on. It showed our togetherness. It showed how far we've gone. From coming from lower divisions up to where we are now. The nucleus of the team, the squad has been kept together, obviously adding a little bit of magic, sprinkling a little bit of magic every season. Good players, no good players. And yeah, it was a great performance. Great performance. Roll on next week. You said, what am I looking for? We've got a blockbuster of a game next week, Santos. Again, family. Be a lot of banter. Be a lot of rum being drunk and brandy being drunk after that. So we're down with that. But we both unbeaten, first and second. So it's about putting a marker down. So good week, good training session, and we go at it again. And I believe there's going to be a lot of goals in this game, a lot of banter, again, respectively, and a good drink afterwards. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Cool. Nana, Catford, you guys beat Norwood Lakers 7-0.
Yeah. Good. Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Yeah, good to get them 3 points on the board. We're gelling. We're coming together. Good, solid performance, controlling the pace of the game. We were not in any threat whatsoever all across the pitch. You know, about 17 man, 10 up. So the manager always has a nightmare as into, you know, who should play. And that's a good nightmare for the manager to have. We didn't feel like we were in any threat whatsoever. A good clean sheet. The boys are really up for it. But it's behind us, and we look forward to next week.
Cool. And again, let me just, I literally got a statement from Sporting Santos. So they were playing Blackheath on Saturday.
Hello, Tabriz.
Oh,
we can hear you, Nano. We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Oh, it's gone. Nana has not paid his BT. His BT. But let me kind of just read out the statement from Sporting Santos regarding their game yesterday against Blackheath. That was supposed to be a Division 2 game, but it ended up being a friendly. And I'm reading this verbatim. The referee said that the match is called off because if someone cuts themselves with the mess on the pitch, i.e. dog and fox poo, someone could and it could get infected. They could actually end up with a limb amputated, and they could sue the ref. Even when we shoveled the shit from the pitch, and it was removed, the referee still wasn't happy, and then we had to play the friendly, and it was madness. Honestly, I don't think the referee fancied it. And something else that Santos said as well is that both teams warmed up and both teams observed the 1 minute silence. So I mean, that's just kind of literally something that Sporting Santos just kind of literally DM me. And again, we've also got them next week. It's going to be a very, very interesting game. And I know that the two barriers have been there listening very, very intently. Before I start, dishing out my kind of questions, is there anything that you guys want to say?
I was going to say, if you've seen something shit on our pitch over the past few years, then I don't think we'll be playing many games,
Oh dear. So yeah.
No.
Tabriz, I'm going to say Tabriz.
Yeah, coach.
What's the guys from New Park?
That's Lee. That's Lee and Harry.
Yeah, I just spoke to LSU, a couple of the players earlier, and they're saying that you deserve the game. They might have had chances, but the way the shift you guys put in, you don't deserve the game. And it's about goals. It ain't just about them having the ball and all that. You took your chances, they didn't. They said that New Park deserved the point. So that's what LSU, the guys in midfield, are saying. What I know. So you must have a very decent side to beat, because LSU had a very strong side out yesterday.
Yeah,
we're raking this morning.
Yeah, so well done, man.
Really strong side.
Let's come and see that play.
Yeah, we are trying to put a strong side together. I know we've got a strong side. We've got best 11 out. We've got 17 players yesterday. They're top players. So we are really getting a good side together. Just commitment, same as what everyone else is having. LSU were up for it yesterday. They was trying to right some wrongs. I thought the referee was a little bit weak. He allowed the game to get a little bit nasty at times. And they're not a nasty bunch of lads. They're actually a genuine bunch of lovely fellas. Now we've got a bit of a friendly rivalry with them. We share the pit, we share the ground with them. After the game, that together. But they was definitely trying to right some wrongs yesterday, and it was a tough game for the boys out there yesterday. They missed some good chances. We missed some chances, but they missed some very, very good chances. But they were up for it yesterday, and I actually think they're best. We did get the win. We had a strong side out, but I do think they're back to their best. I know they might disagree with me, but I do think they are back to their best. And I think they're playing either Glebe or Charcoal next week. I think that's the game to watch. That'll be a tough game, because they need to win. They need to get some points back on the board. So I think that's
it's worth shouting out as well. Sorry, Lee. I think it's worth shouting out Ricky as well, our goalkeeper, who I think he made 2 or 3 incredible saves, one-on-one, kept us in the game first half in particular. I think if we'd gone 2-3-1 down at half time, I think it might have been a bit of a different game come the end of it. But we've got a superb goalkeeper behind us, which really does help us out.
I agree.
I'm going to say to Paul, well done, keep it going. Brilliant work from you and Raymond. Tabriz seems to be very quiet. Did Tabriz play?
He was work commitments, but he'll be there next week. The big game next week, so he'll be there.
Okay, just wondering why he was so quiet. He didn't tell me that, Tabriz. He didn't play.
He's an integral part. He's an integral part now, Barry. He's an integral part now. So
I've got to disclose everything.
He's good. He's good now. He's good. He's an integral part. But yeah, I mean, it's been a long time. It's been a long journey, and we're getting the benefits of it now. Keeping the team together. Great commitment. 18 people every Saturday. The banter in our 2 WhatsApp groups is unbelievable. For togetherness after the game, before the game is incredible. The banter with the opposition, respectively, is incredible. We just enjoy our football. We enjoy a bit of banter if you want to give it. You've got to be able to take it. But after the game, win, draw or lose, we shake hands, we have a drink, and we go home to our families. That's what it's all about. Not what certain people are getting upset about. That's how we play football. You play your way, we play ours.
And I can see Chris grinning. Literally, Chris has been smiling for the whole. I'm gonna literally touch upon what Paul has said. But again, Oliver, you've been very quiet, and I know that I literally made a video in terms of the best vets team in London. And I think a lot of your players literally DM me and said, hang on, we have to be in this conversation because we are the current London Cup winners. Come on,
definitely have to be.
You know what I mean? And I think what it is, because a lot of us play, well, actually I'd say 99% of us play in the same league, it's kind of hard to look further afield. I mean, it's do you think you guys get the respect that you guys deserve?
Before I say it, I was going to say, do you not all play in the same league together? Because you all seem to know each other and that. Obviously, you're all in the same area. So, yeah. do we get the respect we deserve? Round our way, we do. But like I said, that we're not going to come across you lot. Do you know what I mean? Only if we cross paths in the London Cup. So I get you lot in your area. You know the good teams. We played Charcoal. That's the only team from around you. That's where we played, and we beat them in the finals last season.
Actually, before you continue, how was that game for you guys?
See, we're quite a young vets team, so we got I'm probably the oldest. I don't play now. I'm assistant manager now. When there's not enough players, I put on my boots like I did today. But in general, we're quite a young vets team. I'm 41. Most people between 35 and my age. But I'd say the average age might be about 37. Do you know what I mean? So,
it's a young side. Yeah, it's a young side.
Laptop of what I was saying.
Regarding respect. Regarding respect.
Yeah. The Charcoal game, obviously everyone knows what. I don't know his name, the manager. He's a loud one, but he's a good guy. He loves to banter. He loves to chat and that. It was a good game. We was probably fitter than them. Could get around better than them. They could play football. They keep the ball and stuff like that. But like I said, it was I think they took the lead. I think it went 1-0 to them, and then we scored 2 goals quite quickly. Within 5 minutes, we scored 2 goals, and then we just held it to that. We had players coming off injured and stuff like that. But it was a good game. It was a good game, and we would love to play them again. We'd love to play all of you lot, because I think we believe in ourselves, and we believe that we are a good team. And a lot of us have played together throughout the years in I don't know if you call it open league or just whatever, any age league, whatever it's called. A lot of us have played together throughout the years, so we know each other. Obviously, there's additions coming to the team, people we know and that. But we are a good team, and I think we'll give most people a run for our money. And us winning the London Cup, I'm sure that says something. I know we don't get to play everyone on the way. We can only beat what's in front of us to get there. But I feel like as the scene gets bigger, stuff like that, you lot will hear more about us, hopefully.
Yeah. And
Oliver,
yes,
Independent know about you. If you're winning that cup, you're a big team. So, don't get it twisted. People know if you won that cup, you're a big team, Dred. So
yeah, they know because of that.
Don't worry about that.
No one hasn't seen us play. It's like when he put up we said officially we're the best team, and then you said in your opinion there was another team. What team was that you said was the best team in your opinion?
1 mil.
I said Charcoal. 1 mil. Oh my God. Said a dirty word there. Brandy, strong boy.
And I messaged you.
I said 1 bills. I said 1 bills.
Yeah.
Only because of their history and what they've won. As you know, I don't know if you watch the shows. I only go by what you've won. You know what I mean? If you've won something, then you can chat. If you haven't won nothing, don't chat until you've won something. You've won the London Cup. They were winning. That's the sort of benchmark.
Yeah.
1 bills. That's the sort of benchmark. You know what I mean? So when I saw you won London Cup, I was like, boy, that's a big team. We all said that in Independent. That's a big team.
But it's the thing okay, so our name might be getting out there because we won that, but in terms of like we haven't seen you lot play, you lot haven't seen us play. Do you know what I mean? So it's just the fact, they won the London Cup, so it must be good kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? We are actually a decent team who we play football, we go to the end, we got heart, we got fight. Like I said, we don't always come out the block straight away fast, but we have our days where that happens in it. But in general, we are a good team. And as the vet scene grows and stuff, hopefully we can all cross paths and see who really is the best.
Yeah, 100%. And
to Breeze,
coach,
you keep saying that, but what about Mana?
Mana,
Yeah.
Okay, Mana, okay.
Mana playing football, mate. They're the national champions as well. They've got ballers.
To be fair, I played Manor. I played Manor in a Sunday league. We beat them in the Surrey Cup for my Sunday team. So Manor are all right, but yeah, the team I played for beat Manor last time we played. So don't worry about that.
So there must be teams in like East London and North London as well that don't really know about. That might be really good, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
Jamie Lawrence is 65 and he's still running up and down.
Yeah, but I said Manor because they're national champions. They won the national cup. That's what I said.
Yeah. Man are a good side. We've got a lot of good players. If you're national champions, you ain't a mug side. LSU, who were Peckham Town, were national champions, Vets champions in 2017. So, same again. Good side. Lloydie and Ben, them guys, good team, good athletes. You know what I mean? Always say a good thing about them.
Have you been playing Vets football for ages now? Like, has your team's been going for a while? Because
I've been in Vets football. I've been in Vets football 20 odd years, man. I've been in Vets football. 20 odd years.
So you know about most of the teams and stuff around. Like I said, this is our third season together as a Vets team.
Wow,
you know what I mean,
that's a good achievement, Treads. That's a good achievement.
We don't know much about the teams unless we come across them. That's why, in my opinion, I say Jamrock is the best team we've played. Like, because we play against them.
Well, I have to say, we are the best team we've played so far this season. Best team we've played so far, and they're division side. Best Kawuya.
Okay.
Yeah, best team we've played so far this season. Put it out there. Very good.
I mean, I think people have been skirting around this for whatever reason. And again, I don't believe in any elephant in the room. Let's and again, this is like an open forum. This is kind of an open conversation. What do you think? What do you guys think about Charcoal in terms of what they've done on social media? And I know Chris has kind of spoke about them playing. I just want to kind of open up the dialogue regarding Charcoal.
Yeah, they've raised the profile massively. Example, we came onto social media now. We wouldn't have looked at it before. We're just a family club that likes having a few drinks. Mates that have played together. We've been together since 2000, playing in the county leagues, coming up through that. Then joined the Vets football 5 years ago. It's all banter, booze. And we're a family club. We have all our kids coming down with replica kits on. Yeah, but they have raised the profile for Vets football massively. They're a top team. And I'll be quite interested to see them play West London again with the new improved Charcoal, because they've got some top players they brought in. And also, while Chris is on, I'd be interested to know why One Bill, when there was One Bill, never entered the London Cup.
I think just because you was only allowed to enter two, so we've always entered the Kent Cup and the League Cup. One and both, by the way, 5 years running, but that's by the by. I'll be honest. One Bell, I only signed last year for One Bell. That was my first year at One Bell. Believe it or not, I'm a new vet. I know I look 47, but I'm a fresh vet. So look, the thing with Charcoal, I don't. I think they've been brilliant, right, for Vets football. From what I look at in Instagram and things like that, I've just shared a couple of things recently where I think they just need to be. I think they just need to be careful that they don't go too far, right? So they've got, as you say, a top side. I think they've got probably the two best players in the league, in my opinion, in Finney up top, who was with One Bell last year, and Danny Steele, centre half. Is one of the best players I've played against in those sides. What I don't like is turning up on a Saturday and substitutes tearing on the field and getting involved in the tear up on the field. Like, that just isn't necessary. Like, Vets football is much more competitive than I ever thought it was, and I love that. But I also don't expect to come home on a Saturday night struggling, getting hit over the back of the head by a substitute and things like that. So I just think, be competitive, have 500 people come and watch you, have all the banter that Farrell has, which is good fun. Like, I see him and Black Clock, having the banter. I love that. It's good fun. Just be careful not to step over the line. That's all I've kind of aired my views recently.
Okay, cool. Black Clock.
What's the subject?
Charcoal.
Chris has said, I don't play in that division, so we don't play in that division. Chris has said it. Chris is good mates with him. So whatever he said, I go with.
They might
By
have
the way, I'm definitely not mates with them.
Oh, no, sorry. No, I said, I take what you just said, detailed, you know, I didn't know about, you know, all that drama on the pitch. That surprises me because they sort of, well, you know, things were said about us, you know, inadvertently, and we just banter. We don't do stuff like that because it's just grassroots football. But, you know, whatever. Yeah, pass it on to Bruce. They're not in our division, so.
Okay, I can see Chris smiling away, you know, right at the top corner. He's just smiling.
Not in my division. I don't know nothing about them.
Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't know much about them apart from the game. They give you all that on the sideline, but that means nothing. I don't know if it's because they've got so many fans, or I don't know what it is, or if that's just what they do in general. But football talks at the end of the day.
To be fair to them, they've got people talking about them all the time, so that's a good thing. Farrell's sitting there watching this, loving it, and that's good. It's good that it's created a conversation. It's good that everyone has a bit of to-ing and fro-ing. That's created a bit of fun. Like I think they're very good, really good for Vets football. I think they're top draw.
I do agree with that.
They just need to be careful not to step over the other side of the line. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I think they learn that with experience. I think they get that with experience. They're coming with fire in their belly. They've got some top players. I know quite a lot of their players, and a lot of them are good lads. There's no menace to them really. There's no, you know, they are a good bunch of lads really. But he's got them fired up. They've raised the profile massively. You've got 34-year-olds approaching you saying, "Listen, next season I'm coming to play for you." You know, you've got players dropping out of non-league football to come and play Vets football. It's madness. The attention on Vets football right now is crazy, and that is down to the likes of One Bell originally, even though they didn't do it on social media, but then Charcoal and LSU putting it over social media, getting. You know, we get random people come up and turn to watch the games. And that's all down to Charcoal. You know.
Yeah, it is good for it.
It's very good. They're a good bunch of lads. I know they overstep the mark sometimes, but they'll learn that as the seasons go on and how other teams approach them, and they'll show a bit more decorum. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, I mean, again, in terms of LSU, of course, started putting out content, and I've kind of messaged Lloydie numerous times regarding Vets football, and then of course Charcoal just burst into steam. I didn't know nothing about them, and they were just literally on my timeline. And you know, for like me as a content creator, and someone that kind of loves grassroots, it's like, okay, cool, like they're here. I didn't really think anything of it, but again, we are like now talking about next football. Like the kind of profile is kind of now got to a point where I cannot ignore this. I cannot ignore this. You know, again, this is like the reason why this is like the headliner show. And again, teams like yourself, and again, I'm going to probably put Aztec in there, Sporting Santos. I think Bow Street Vets also do a bit of social media, and again, this is kind of now an era now where if like people our kind of own age are now taking selfies, like it's not frowned upon, or literally people are not looking at it as weird now, because they actually know that this is what's needed, especially for like, I'd say like the lads who are turning 33, 34, 30, 35, to say, look, I'm going to be playing for this team because they have a social media presence, and also as well, the ability as well, and I've definitely seen like the difference in terms of ability now. People now want to look after them themselves, as like you guys have said before, like people are dropping from non-league now to play in like Vets, like football. So
are you saying that only happened this season?
No. Like it's kind of literally been a progression. And again, all credit to,
because you do know there were semi-pro players playing open age on Clapham Common.
No.
Back in the day. This isn't a new thing. Don't get it twisted. This isn't a new thing. You know what I mean? There's been very good Vets players and teams when I first got involved in Vets football. So, this isn't a new thing. Social media is a new thing.
People don't know it because there was no exposure. This is the thing. Like, when I say
Exactly.
about
Social
people,
media is a new thing.
Yeah, people are like, that's old man football. Like, I'm saying, bro, like the players I play with, they could play in open league. Like they could play in open league.
Play in open age.
And be good in it. Do you know what I mean?
Play in open age.
Yeah. So
yeah, of course.
With the exposure coming to it, more and more
you got
people will
Catford.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, you got kind of Catford as
I
well.
think there's more.
I know.
There's a lot more than before, Paul. We've come up through leagues. We've come up through leagues over the last 5 years, and the last couple of years, there's been a massive influx of top players coming down from, non-league, even to the Kent League, dropping out of the Kent League sides to come and play Vets football at 35. I didn't ever anticipate playing Vets football at 35. I thought 38, 39. I'm talking to players last season, and they're like, wait till I get to 39, 40, I'm still getting paid. Now the message is saying, right, next season I'm coming down to it, 36, 37.
It's like cool to play in it now.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah. Barry from Ultimate Sports Network, you've been very quiet. Would love to get your thoughts or questions.
Come on, Barry. I'm safe. Don't worry, mate. I'm safe. Don't worry.
I'm just listening. I'm just listening and learning, guys, because it's all new to me. I'm a newbie, so this is all new. So I'm just sitting here observing everything going on. I've got no real questions, to be honest. It's quite good to watch.
I mean, listening to Brees.
I did want to ask you, to Brees, who is Owen's team?
That's Herne Bay.
Yeah, Herne Bay.
Yeah, I think they're based in.
So I wonder if they want to go up against one of these guys. I think.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I think hopefully we can kind of sort something out where at the end of this season we'll kind of have a tournament with Vets teams, and whoever wants to join will actually join. But no, I mean, again, we have to pay homage to you guys on the kind of panel now. Again, I don't like to call it Vets football. People say Vets, but I like to call it Masters. Because again, everyone on this panel has years upon years of experience.
Masters.
And it's just something that people just have to know. Harry, you've been very, very, very quiet. Actually, Harry and Lee, I know, again, when I said New Park were going to lose against LSU, and when you guys beat them the first time, as I said before, Dash said to me, to Reese, there's going to be smoke, there's going to be fire. Come on, give it to me. Come on, Lee, I'm saying, I'm actually here. Come on.
It's I think, so a few lads got wind of this show a while ago, and I think it done the rounds on our WhatsApp group and stuff like that. And we're like, fair enough, why wouldn't people feel like LSU will come and maybe turn us over, because they are that good a side. Certainly from our point of view, I don't think this, as I said earlier on, I don't think there's any suggestion here we've raised our game for that particular team or anything like that. We know that whether it's going to be them, whether we play Chris and Glebe, or when it comes to Charcoal, when we get to play them, we're just going to have to play as well as we can. As I think, echoing some of the comments on the sort of previous part there, I've played for New Park for sort of nearly 20 years. Through the time it was sort of regular men's football before it's gone into vets and stuff like that. And I would say the standard that we're playing at the moment is the strongest standard of football. Maybe it's because I'm getting older, but it is the strongest standard that I've played at. I've got a geezer from work telling me he reckons he beat me in the air. He never beat me in the air, I promise you that. But yeah, no, I genuinely think you have to just be on it every single time. So yeah, I think it's very, very competitive this level, and it's just good to be a part of.
Cool. Yeah, and as I said earlier, do not write LSU off, because they're going to come back stronger and better than ever. I think, honestly, though. Next week's game, who are they playing? It's
Charcoal.
It's Charcoal.
Let me kind of go back and actually let me read out the fixtures for next week. And I think this is all right. So this is Division 2. Blackheath are playing Norwood Lakers, Cray Wanderers, Sydenham Sports in the Cup, Independent versus Sporting Santos, Leone Stars, Catford, and LSU B versus Bow Street Runners. And then in Oh, that's the thing there. Oh, have I got it? I should have it. I don't have it. Let me
Charcoal won the London Cup this year.
Charcoal in the London Cup. Are they?
He's trying to play mind games. He's telling me now we're not in it. Blah 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 blah.
Oliver, as Chris mentioned earlier, our league have got a sanction on us to enter 2 cups. So they entered the London Cup last year, but we've got teams falling out of our league quite regularly at the moment. So I'm pretty well, we need to bring up the next meeting to say, right, look, can we enter more cups? Because we've got so many open Saturdays that we should be able to fulfil fixtures in the London Cup. And we all want to play in the London Cup.
Of course.
We don't really want to travel to West London.
Shouldn't have pulled out the game against us last week then.
Oh, we had as a sound about commitment, we had so many commitment issues. But we've addressed that now. This is what I mean. We've addressed that. So after 3 games, we were 3-0 up against Defiance beginning of the season. 1 sub, 5 legs. Went to Cudham, 1-0 up against them. I thought we was quite dominant. They went on to beat us 2-1. They took their chances. And it's down to commitment, not fielding the same players week in, week out. And I'm addressing that now. I've given players opportunities to show, not just show what they're worth on the pitch, but commitment-wise, it's been a massive issue for us.
It's hard sometimes, man.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
People got things doing as well, like families, work and stuff. So to field the same 11 or even to have the same squad week in, week out, like the last few weeks, like I said, I'm an assistant manager. The manager's like, bring your boots. Like, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to play. Wow, I don't want to play. Don't get me, I still love it when I'm there and I've got the kit on and I'm itching to get on. But I go there to help him out. Do you know what I mean? But people can't always make it, and we just have to get the games played.
And the biggest thing I hate in youth football as well, I'm out coaching youth football, is that like we give you a week's notice, Chris, that we couldn't make the game.
Yeah. No, I was only messing, man.
Yeah, that was good. It was good. But we had a game against Johnson and Phillips. We had to give them the 3 points. I had 15 players available on a Friday night, and then by 9 o'clock Friday, I was down to 10 players, and then 3 of them players were carrying injuries. So what do? You play the game? Just risking injuries. We've got roll on, roll off subs for a reason, to prevent injuries. And when you turn up with 11, 12 players and you're limping around the pitch, and then you've got to go work on Monday morning, it's not. We're addressing that issue, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the clubs in our league, for example, are going to address it. But we've all got the same issues.
I think that's one of the reasons why One Bell was so successful for 4 or 5 years. Like, obviously, as I say, I only joined them last year, but I know a lot of the boys that have been there. They did have the same 14, 15 people every single week, and a few of those have carried on over to Glebe now, and they're still there every single week. So if you've got a nucleus of 15 really good players, you're not going to go far wrong. And I think that's why One Bell were so successful.
You've got some players, some fit players there. I think Matt Nucky would play about 4 games in a row if he wanted.
Who's that?
Matt Nucky.
Yeah, but he has to have 20 fags in between each one. He didn't want a penalty. We went to a penalty shootout yesterday, and he couldn't take a penalty because he had to go and have a fag.
That's brilliant. I have to give us a ribbon about that.
So the fixtures next week: Fulham Vets versus New Park, Glebe versus Metro Gas, LSUA versus Charcoal. Stansford, that people are not talking about. They are, they're actually doing pretty well.
They're a good side.
Yeah.
They've merged with Tudor. I think once they get a full team out, they'll be a team to beat.
Yeah, versus Defiance. Let me do my score predictions. All right, Division 1. All right, okay. I'm gonna say a New Park win. I think after the win against LSU.
Yeah, that's just because we're on here. That's only no.
Listen. Honestly, I'll actually speak the truth. No, honestly, I think you guys definitely can have like the confidence now. So I can only see an away win. Glebe versus Metro Gas. I mean, it's going to be a very easy game for Metro Gas. 3 points for them.
To be fair, it will be because I'm not available next week, so it'll be a really easy game.
No, I mean, again, without being disrespectful, it's home. I'd expect Glebe to win. Probably the game of the division, LSUA versus Charcoal. Charcoal beat LSU in the home fixture. This one's going to be really, really, really close. I've said from the beginning that LSUA were the favourites. And I still stand by that, even though they've lost 3. This is a game that they have to win. They literally have to get the points. But again, Charcoal are unbeaten. They've literally got the players where you can now probably know like the way around the league a little bit more. Gosh, LSU. I think LSU will actually beat them. I think LSU will actually beat them.
Have you seen most of these teams play?
I have seen in like Division 1 about 2.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, hey, you know what? Again, I am here to be shot at. So hey, like it is.
No, I was just wondering.
Surprise! I've got to get you to do my footy yakka on Saturday.
And then Stansfield versus Defiance. Defiance are bottom. Stansfield as second or third. I can only see Stansfield win. Let me go to Division 2 quickly. My predictions: Blackheath versus Norwood Lakers. Blackheath win. Cray Wanderers versus Baza Cup. Independent versus Sporting Santos. Independent win. Both like teams are at it, unbeaten. Both like teams score like goals for fun. But honestly, I just think that the squad that we have is just strong. It's just immense. Leonis Stars versus Catford. I think Catford beat Leonis Stars won the like first game, but they've actually lost. Catford lost their like first game, but Leonis Stars have conceded about 20 goals in the last 2 games. So I can only see a Catford win. LSUB versus Bow Street Runners. LSUB win. And Seagas versus Wallenham. Wallenham away win. There.
Talking about commitment and players, you look at a team like Catford Wanderers, there's some top players in that team. We played them in a friendly a good few weeks back, and they've got some great players.
Yeah,
they're having commitment issues. Once they get a level, they want to get 11 out, their best 11. They'll be up there challenge with you boys.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I kind of said at the beginning of the league that Catford would actually be one of like the dark horses. And yeah, I think once they kind of get like a few things sorted out, they'll be climbing up that table real quick. Definitely. Coach Barry, any kind of last words from you? Sorry.
I'm not dead to Reese. I'm not dying. Like last words. No, man. Nothing really. I'm just looking forward to next week. I'd like to see the Independent game. I'd like to see the LSU v Charcoal game as well. I'd like to see both them games next week. They're going to be fantastic.
Come down to us, Barry.
Yeah.
Come down to us.
And the other thing, I'd like Oliver to come over this side and play in our league.
I know.
Do you know what?
Definitely.
It's actually time now.
Do you know what? This is making me want to it's just too far, lads. Every week traveling down there, it's way too far for us. But
where you based, Oliver? Where you based?
We're Fulham. But
come on, man.
Far?
You're just over the bridge, man. You're just over the bridge.
Then if it's not far, you don't all come over to a league near us.
There's no grass around where you live.
We can find some of that.
Let's say your league's non-competitive though. You've got one decade.
Yeah.
You've only got Jamrock.
Yeah, and last season was a better league. This season, we're only going to stay in here this season, and then because as well, the boys as well coming out, it's not enjoyable when you're winning these scores every week.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like it sounds all great. Oh, you want to win, but it's like it's not enjoyable for the lads. We want to be tested.
You sound like Herne Bay. Herne Bay's got the same problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're winning massive scores every single week.
Yeah, not competitive.
So we have to look forward to the games like Jamrock, where it's going to be like a closer game. Then everyone could be up for it more. Do you know what I'm saying? I think because of this, how the season's going, we come out and it's just like, we're just going to win again. But when it's a game like Jamrock, everyone will be up for it. Like I said, fire will be in their belly, ready because the game we don't want to lose. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, here's one.
We would love to come over there, man. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. All right.
You're gonna have to do an invitational amateur football cup, little mini league or something like that, summer league.
Yeah, something like that. We'll get that going, and we'll definitely be there.
100%. I think the appetite's there. Again, I think people had this kind of perception, and I think all of us have kind of had this where people said Vets football as like walk-in football, but no, it's far from it. I think it's probably been better than open age, because yes, you may have lost like a few years of pace, but your footballing brain is always there. And that's literally where you separate the people who can just move fast from the players that can actually play football.
And we've got a younger team as well.
Our new park in the Bexley Cup, Bexley Hospital Cup.
No, we got knocked out.
Oh, you got knocked out.
I'm right. It's King Cup. We got knocked out. We got knocked out of King Cup.
All right, you're not in the
against
Hospital Cup.
Against Woodcombe Vets, which was a tale of two halves. 3-0 up.
Someone else had the same. Looks like someone else had the same treatment yesterday as well, didn't they? Was it Defiance got beat by them on penalties as well?
Yeah, we got done on penalties.
Defiance got beaten by.
I think they're called Woodcombe Vets. They're called.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It can happen. It can happen.
It can, yeah. We were 3-0 up, cruising, got a bit cocky, got a player sent off, and it was a completely different game. They beat us on penalties. They deserved to win. They showed great character, and hats off to them.
Okay. And William, Owen like William from Herne Bay. Same again yesterday. They actually beat their team 10-1, which is. You don't learn anything, do you? Like, it's just
there's no satisfaction out of it.
Yeah. So literally, I'm gonna call out Herne Bay and West Fulham to actually come and join us over here. These are where like the best teams are.
It sounds like it. And a competitive league is like what we would all want. But no, we don't even like traveling when it's London Cup games and we got to go far. So to be coming up to Kent or South East every Saturday or Sunday,
it's worth the drinks.
I'll talk to the gaffer, see what he says, but don't hold your breath.
Honestly, guys, thank you so much. I'm like looking at the time. I know you old men need at least 7 hours of sleep. So honestly, thank you so much again. Lee, Chris, Black Klopp, Harry, Oliver. Honestly, again, you guys are pushing Vets football forward. Without your messages or without your DMs, honestly, like I again wouldn't have been taking notice of like Vets football. And like now, I am fully head deep, 100%. So again, thank you, you like guys for kind of coming on, supporting like the channel. Keep on DMing me when I get things wrong. Like again, keep up like the banter and the kind of conversations and the shares and the retweets. I am always here to like support. So again, thank you to everyone that's kind of come on.
Keep doing what you do, mate. It's good content.
Nice one. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
All the best.
Thank you.
All the best, gentlemen.
See you soon, gents.
Thank you, guys. Black Klopp, are you staying on?
I'm here.
Okay.
To Brees or Paul, can you send me all the details for the game on Saturday, please?
I will. I'll send it to you.
I think some of the parents and that want to come down and watch as well.
It's a good game to come. Good game to come down to watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Brees, you got the details, to Brees?
I should have the details.
Cold Harbour Leisure Centre.
Yeah.
Cold Harbour Leisure Centre.
What time's kickoff?
No.
Where's that?
Cold Harbour. That's in Bromley.
Where's
Bromley.
that?
Bromley.
Sort of like.
Is it South Circular or the South Circular?
Eltham. Yeah, just off the South Circular. Eltham sort of area. Hold on.
I mean, again, honestly, the game against Santos is a huge game. It's 2 unbeaten sides, 2 like sides.
SC9, Barry.
SC9.
2 Barrys. SC9.
And again,
Chapel Farm Road.
Eltham, right?
Yeah. SC9.
Santos, we've
Two
like played them.
What time's it, Paul?
2 o'clock kickoff.
2 o'clock kickoff.
2.
Yeah.
So
Good
and again,
game.
you know, again, I you know,
Santos are
like
a good side.
you know, I just want to say, hey, I kind of had to work on Saturday, and like the team, as in Independent, won the game. Is, you know, I'm not gonna say it was convincingly, but you know, again, like the kind of confidence and the ability, the not only the banter, but it's the togetherness. It's you know,
that's the thing they don't like. It's the togetherness. You know what I mean? These guys banter, but respectively banter. I mean, come on, you're 30 plus. No one's disrespecting you. It's banter. You know what I mean, Barry?
So that means
okay. Let me give you an example, Barry. Barry at the top. We played, because it's just us four now. We played a team last season.
It's kind of not just us four. There's about 26, 27 people listening. Probably a few of the people that will be listening.
Okay, we'll give it a miss then. I don't want a social media campaign again. I don't want to have to move safe houses. It's just banter. They enjoy their banter. They respect, like look, yesterday, young side firing their belly. They were giving it as well. They wanted to win. They're our competitors. They're not our friends. They want to beat us. After the game, we shook hands. We had a laugh. We was in the bar having a drink. We gave them a little bit of advice because they're young. We gave them a little bit of advice and we went. No qualms.
Paul.
Yeah.
It sounds like Tabrice wasn't there. You said Chewy played in midfield, Nathan at the back. You changed up the team. Changed up the team. Moved a few jigsaw puzzles. And to be honest, we found some players can now play in different positions at a very, very high level. Very high level. Yeah.
Chewy was a monster yesterday. Absolute monster.
I know Chewy well.
Black Brad Pitt, absolute monster. Dash, absolute monster. Nino got on the goal. I'm just going to say everybody turned up and was counted. You know what I mean? It was a very, very good, because that team, as I'm saying, they're going to cause a lot of teams problems. They're young, Barry, young, and they got pace and they're strong.
Yeah.
But we just had a little bit too much of a know-how. That was the thing. That's a little bit too much know-how.
But next week now we've got little bit of selection problems.
Hey, that's what it's about. That's what it's about, isn't it? That's what it's about.
Yeah, and
you know,
actually, hold on, and we had Nano on the show, but for some reason his kind of internet kept on.
It was a good win by them. I spoke to Ainsley this week. We're obviously, for people that are listening, there's no way you can break that connection between Independent and Catford. We're family, so that's cool. He's going to come on the show later on, and in the coming weeks, and address the campaign. But yeah, it's just getting there. It's just,
Jesus.
Piers from GMTV on Meghan Markle every week, every day. Oh God. It's just the first win, isn't it? Now they'll bounce on. You know what I mean? It's just getting that first win under the belt. They'll bounce on. They're a good side. We know Ainsley used to play for us. We know him. We played against them probably every season. Very good team.
Yeah.
Very good team, man.
But I mean, like without kind of talking about it too much, you know, everything's all right with you, Paul, though. Like, you know, last week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you know,
the security came and took us away in the middle of the night in a transit van. Took us to a coastal town, because of the campaign by Piers from GMTV, spreading all this stuff to other vets teams. But the thing was, vets teams have contacted us and said, you know, carry on doing what you're doing. We love it. We've played against you. You guys are a good bunch of guys. You have a lot of banter, but you're a good bunch of guys. So yeah, we're fine. We're fine. We don't run on the pitch. We don't run on the pitch and want to fight people and all that stuff. What's that about? It's grassroots football, man. Come on. We don't do that. It's just banter. So yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine, man. And
Cool.
and the mentor Barry wouldn't have it under his umbrella. He wouldn't have that. You know what I mean,
No
that
way.
fighting business, he wouldn't have that. So, and that's not us. That's not us. We just like to play football and have a laugh.
Yeah. Cool. Honestly, again, thank you to like all of like the vets teams. We will be doing a lot more shows regarding like the vets. Well, there's a kind of vets show segment. Just to let you guys know out there, next week there isn't going to be a show because I'm working, and literally I don't know what time I'm literally going to be back. So literally, rather than me promising a show, I'm going to wait until until the following week. However, the following week I can kind of guarantee I think it's going to be a really, really, really good show. I may have the pronunciation wrong, but I have Cyan. I don't know if you guys have heard of this young lady.
Sean, yeah.
Sean. She's absolutely amazing. She's she's like she won Sean. So literally she like won the Hugo Ekiog Award in terms of one to watch. So like she like coaches. Yes, we are gonna have her on the show on the 28th of November. Also as well, I can confirm we've got Michael Dewberry.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
I've got Michael Dewberry on the 28th of November. 28th of November, we have Michael Dewberry on the show. A lot of the show's growing now.
Well done.
It's just like a lot of work going in. But again, thank you to kind of everyone that's kind of supported the show. Again, Black Clock, the like two like Barrys. You guys were there from the kind of get go. Actually, you know what? Actually, Barry from Ultimate Sports Network, you kind of wasn't there from the beginning, but like you've kind of been around. But again, to kind of coach like Barry and to Black Clock, you guys were there from the beginning. Black Clock, you was there from the beginning when literally we were Peckham Town. You was there from the beginning. So again, thank you so much. And again, Coach Barry,
no problem.
Tabrice, remember to contact Robert.
Yeah, Robert.
Yes, Robert as well. Yes, I will. Please WhatsApp me because I'll probably forget. Coach Barry, again, your like words of wisdom and your advice has been astonishing. And so like thank you. And again, Barry from Ultimate Sports Network.
Yeah.
Again, like you've actually been an avid follower and literally an avid supporter as well. And again, connecting with like you and just kind of show me like different like avenues and kind of just like someone that I can bounce ideas off. Again, thank you so much. And actually, let me just say it right now, please, guys. So Barry from Ultimate Sports Network, you have a podcast, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, well, we both do.
No. It's yours. No, it's yours. Literally, I was trying to say that we.
It is mine, but you're
on it. We can actually interviewed Black Clock, and again, it was a very
good one.
It was a very, very eye-opening and a thought-provoking,
it was a good one.
Conversation. So, again, like the people out there, Coach Barry would literally love to get you onto the like podcast as well.
You've got a few hours to spare.
You're restricted, lads. You're restricted to about an hour.
Yeah.
Just an hour. So like guys, please kind of watch out for like that content coming out. Again, please go onto the Ultimate Sports Network on Twitter. Again, if you kind of want to join the network is free. You've got agents, you have players, you have coaches, you have referees. Just literally DM Barry or DM myself. The only thing that you have to do is download Telegram. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me pull it.
Don't forget about that one.
Your screen's
Don't
black.
forget about that one.
Your screen's
The screen's
black.
gone
Oh,
blank.
you bugger.
Barry.
I can't see now.
How about now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, see that? Look, the Masters Football Network. So literally,
Yeah,
that
Juno.
is literally for like the vets. So literally, there's a group for the vets. There's a group for the vets. So oh, hold on. Sorry, I'm literally just looking in the in the comments. Oh, there's a picture of the Reese in the background. Yeah. Do people like it?
What picture?
Oh boy. Right. That's the sign for me to go.
Everyone's switched off.
Yeah. Barry, the two Barrys. If you're free next Saturday, come down. It's going to be a good game. If you're free, come down. It's going to be a good game.
2 o'clock kickoff.
2 o'clock kickoff. SC
Yeah,
Coal Harbour Leisure Centre.
Yeah, that's going to be a great game.
Chapel Farm Road. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah,
I'll see you later. Take care.
See you later.
all right.
See you, Paul.
Yep. So
Yeah, the
so
Masters
yeah,
Football Network.
yeah.
It's a new
So
one
there's a
for
Masters.
Vets Football.
So yeah, there's a kind of Masters Football Network. So please DM me, DM Barry from the Ultimate Sports Network to actually join the group. Again, I'm sure that we can sort out a tournament or like a league. The two Barrys, thank you guys for like coming on and kind of getting involved. I will contact Robert to actually get some shin pads and ankle pads as well.
Yeah.
To actually trial these things out and kind of get like people's responses. And again, thank you to like David talking about Football Network. And again, thank you to all of the teams. I think it was Catford, Newpark, West, Fulham, Glebe, and Independent. Right? That's 5. Cool. Are you guys happy?
Yeah. Always.
Good show to Brees again. Well done.
Good show.
I'm trying. So yeah, we will kind of.
Are you available next week to Brees?
Yes, I am available next week. That's the reason why I had to work Saturday, so then I was available next week.
Yeah.
So again, I mean, it just proves that a team is just so flexible. Playing Chewy in midfield, playing Nathaniel at the back. Again, it's a kind of team full of confidence, and again, you can tell in the WhatsApp group that the banter's going, and again, it's just a really, really good vibe. So long may it continue. Long.
Yeah, definitely. Get them points.
Definitely. Guys, thank you for watching. We will see you guys again on the 28th of November, the Stoppage Time show. Again, we have this young lady coming on to the show. Again, I always get her name wrong. Is it Sean? Sean
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, that's it. Sean Fitzpatrick. Apologies. And of course, we've got Michael Dewberry coming on as well. So again, thank you to everyone that's been tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share, and also DM me as well. Again, I'd love to get all of your suggestions. We will see you guys on the 28th. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.